just a warning that this week's video is going to be quite sad and emotional, so please bear with me if I cry.
You're gone and I gotta stay high all the time.
Hey guys, it's Becky, also known as Beck's Bunnies here on YouTube, and today I just kind of wanted to explain why I've been missing uploads on my channel. As you guys know, Lola had her babies. She had 5 and they were born on the 1st of August. They are now currently 7 weeks old and they're growing up big, healthy and strong, or so I thought anyway. On the 15th of September I was meant to go to work, but my shift got cancelled due to the weather because I work on a farm, so the weather plays quite an important role for that job. So instead of going to work, I do what I normally do every morning, which is feed and clean my rabbits. So part of my new morning routine is to put a cage on the grass so that the bunnies can play on the grass in the morning, and I let the other rabbits run around while I do their breakfast. So as I was putting the bunnies into the cage on the grass, I realized one of them was acting really weird. So Biscuit was one of the identical female twins that was born in the litter, and she wasn't acting quite right. I put her on the grass and all the other bunnies were playing around and jumping and eating, and she was just kind of sat there. So I picked her up and I brought her into my shed and I put her on my working bench, and I put food on the working bench to see if she wanted to eat, and again she just stood there. I gave her a little tap just to make sure that, I don't know, she could move, and as soon as I tapped her she collapsed. So, oh god, I'm gonna cry. I immediately knew something was wrong, so I brought her inside and I told my mum that Biscuit's not okay. Within not even 5 minutes, she went from standing up to having seizures. So we wrapped her up in a blanket and I was slowly patting her to calm her down and make sure that she was okay, but every seizure made it worse. I think in total she had about 5 or 6 seizures, and it just got to the point where even touch would trigger a seizure. So I wrapped her up in a blanket and I put her in a carrier that I have that opens, like the lid opens from the top. So I put her in there so if she did have a seizure she wouldn't hurt herself. After every seizure, she'd take a big deep breath in and a deep breath out, and her heart rate and breathing would slow down. So obviously after a few seizures her breathing got to the point where she just stopped. So Biscuit died around 2 o'clock on the 15th of September. I suspect that it was calicivirus, but there's no obvious way to tell. Like, this could have been a birth defect, but just as she grew, something changed in her brain. It could be calicivirus, it could have been a lot of things, but I treated it as calicivirus. So I put Lola and the other babies in quarantine for 4 days. Out of the hutch. They were in here in my room, and all of them, I don't want to jinx it, but all of them so far have shown no signs. They all look healthy and happy and they're growing up big and strong. Just unfortunately, Biscuit just didn't make it. So the day after she died, I buried Biscuit in a lovely flower pot with a flower that I picked out for her. So I still have her and I'm still nurturing her and loving her and watching her grow, but in a different way than I did before. I know this week's video was upsetting, but hopefully next week, if I'm feeling up to it, that I will have my normal funny videos out. So please leave a like and comment down below in memory of Biscuit, and I'll see you next week for a happier, light-hearted video. Bye.
No,